This is Brianna Spies, and I'm here with Irene Nordean at her home in Hayati Manor. And you were saying before how you drove a school bus for 30 years. How did you get into driving a school bus?
Well, they were short of drivers in Turin, and they asked me if I would get a license to spare. I never did spare. I drove steady for 30 years.
Did you drive your son to school?
No. He finished off his school. He went and lived with my parents in Lethbridge, and he went to Winston Churchill. He graduated from Winston Churchill.
How come you decided to send him?
Well, because he was going to have to ride the bus to. They had closed there was no high school in Turin. We were living in Turin at the time, and there was no high school in Turin, so he was going to have to ride to the bus to Picture View. So, and my parents wanted him to come and live with them, so that's what he did. So he finished off his schooling there. And then he went to Calgary to school. And he taught he just retired not too long ago.
What are you worried that people might forget about the past?
Well, I don't think they realize how complicated everything has got. I don't know. People seem to be more closely knit in those days. Things were more simple.
Why would you say that things were closer back then?
Well, kids, I've gone to birthday parties where teenagers, they don't socialize with one another. They're sitting there texting. I went to an 18th birthday one time, and we sat around a table and nobody conversed. I think they maybe were conversing on those things, there isn't the sociability that there used to be. Maybe I'm wrong, I hope I am, but it just seems that we had more fun and cleaner fun what there is now. They have these parties and stuff, and somebody's getting stabbed, and I think it's terrible. It's scary.
Is there anything that you would want your family or other people to remember about your life?
Well, I've got great grandkids that I will never know the way I did my grandkids, because we don't get together like we used to. Well, my mobility, I can't go places like I used to, for one thing, and that really bothers me. Every special occasion, I used to go to Calgary and spend it with my kids, and my little great-grandkids. I don't see them often enough.
Do you have any advice that you would give to younger people today?
experience. I don't think I'm wise enough to give anybody advice.
Have you been to the tractor club over there?
Oh, lots of times. I love it there. I never used to miss anything that went on down there. But I can't walk without my walker. I have to get somebody to load it up for me. And I don't drive anymore. I gave my car to my family. I had a nice car.
Are there things there that remind you of when you were growing up?
Oh, lots of things. Some of the things up there, I look up at them. I think they're mine. Wash machines, tubs.
Do you think it gives a fairly accurate picture of what life was like?
The things that they have there, oh, absolutely, yeah. Oh my goodness. I just want to go.
Is there anything that you think they should add at Coyote Flats, or things they should change?
Oh, I don't think, I don't know what it would be. It's a great place. They've done a great job down there. They work so hard. I just hope that it carries on. Is my worry about it. Those people can't work there forever. Like Vern and Elaine, they work there so hard, and they're getting wore out too. They're such great people. There's lots of them down there, they just can't keep it up forever. Somebody's got to carry it on, and that's my biggest fear, is that nobody's going to take over. And there's people that live right here in Picture Butte that have never been down there. You mentioned the tractor museum, and they don't know what you're talking about. And I think that's a shame. It's such a nice place.
Why do you think places like that are important?
Well, otherwise the old days are forgotten. If no one carries on with it, it'll be forgotten. And I don't know, the young people, like a lot of the young people, aren't really interested. Or else they'd go down there and see what's there.
That is all I have for questions. So if there's something you want to add about your life or your parents, you can go ahead.
Well, I so often think of my parents when they came over here. They were just teenagers. They were like 16 years old. And to come over here all by themselves and make a life for themselves, it just boggles my mind. I think it's just remarkable that they could do that. They couldn't speak English. They didn't know where they were going. The only thing that was good about it, they did have relatives in Pennsylvania, and that's where they came to. So that my mother worked in a textile factory when she came here. My dad worked in the coal mine, I guess it was. He was a fireman in the coal mine. And to strike out all by themselves, I think it's remarkable. Well, they both got so they could speak English pretty good, enough to, they got by. They were both very smart. My mother could write out I've kept her recipes that she wrote out, and their alphabet was the same as the English alphabet, and she would write out a grocery list for my dad, and the words would be the way she said it. You know, she would write. That's the way she would write it. It's really funny.
Did you and your sisters ever learn Czechoslovakian?
I did, but I've lost it all. We can't speak it at all. Not at all. I can't even remember words. If you don't use it, you lose it. You know that saying. And it's the truth. I used to be able to speak it fluently. I can understand if people are talking, I'll get the gist of what they're saying, but I can't speak it.